Very good morning class 8 students. Today we are going to start chapter 2. Looking at this picture, can you guess what is it? Although you can see in the picture, it is written bacteria, singular bacterium. So this figure is showing bacteria seen under a device. I think you know the name of the device. Yes, under a microscope. So our second chapter is about microorganisms and viruses. Let's proceed in this chapter. So our second chapter is about microorganisms as well as viruses. First of all, what are microorganisms? Which are commonly called as microbes. From the previous knowledge, we know that microorganisms are those living organisms which cannot be seen with our naked eyes, right? To observe them, what we need? We need a device known as microscope. Okay? So in this chapter, we will learn about microorganisms and their different types. So, microorganisms or microbes are the living organisms mostly, because we will learn about virus as well, which show a very unique characteristic. So microorganisms are the living organisms mostly, which cannot be seen with our naked eyes, right? In the previous classes we have read about the different diseases caused by microbes in your junior classes, right? Therefore, so when we are affected by any disease, we cannot see the microbe, right? In this chapter, we will see what are the different types of microbes. Next point, who was the scientist to observe the microorganisms, living microorganisms first? It was a Dutch scientist from Holland whose name was Anton van Leeuwenhoek, who first observed the living cells under a very primitive microscope, a very primary type of microscope. Okay, he observed the living plant cells as well as living animal cells. Now, when we talk about cells, then if I ask you who first discovered cell, yes, many of you must be knowing the answer. It is Robert Hooke. But I must inform you that Robert Hooke only observed the boundaries of the cells. That is, it was the boundaries of the cells in the cork, right? The thin slice of cork. So he could not observe the living cells. It was Anton van Leeuwenhoek who first observed the living cells. It is Anton van Leeuwenhoek, or even in somewhere you can find it is Antony van Leeuwenhoek, both are same. Any of these two you can write. So now let us see what are the general characteristics of microorganisms. First and foremost point, they are very small in size, cannot be seen with our naked eyes. So what we need? We need a microscope to observe them. Point number 2, microorganisms, you know some examples like bacteria, like algae, fungi, right? They may remain singly, as single cell. For example, yeast, which is a type of unicellular fungus. Or they may remain as collection of cells. Collection of cells in this chapter we will see bacteria, algae. The cells, they occur in group. Okay, they form a colonial structure. So microbes may remain singly as well as they may occur in group. Third point, very interesting point, microorganisms may be found everywhere in all types of environmental condition in the atmosphere. In all type of extreme environmental condition in the atmosphere. For example, starting from the glacier to the hot spring, in the mountains, in river, oceans, ocean bed, to the land surface. So all types of atmosphere and weather condition they are found. Okay, so that's a very interesting fact about microorganisms. Lastly, in this chapter we will read that microbes, some of them are beneficial to the mankind, they are helpful to us, whereas mostly they are harmful to us. They cause different types of disease, right? Yes, microbes cause different types of disease. So in this chapter, along with all the microorganisms, we will learn about viruses. Viruses, now in this present condition, we are suffering, the entire world is suffering from a very newly occurring virus, which is known as COVID-19. Therefore, we must have the idea that what are viruses, what are their characteristics. So, a virus is also microscopic organisms, but they show very interesting feature. They are the microbes which reproduce only inside the host body. You know, outside the host body, they behave like inanimate, non-living material. Okay, so but they can infect and they reproduce inside the host body. This host may be plant body, animal body, or even bacteria. Host are plants, animals, and bacteria. Okay. Now, let's move to the different types of microbes. So, this is the flow chart showing different types of microorganisms. Number 1, bacteria, singular form bacterium. Fungi, number 2, fungi, singular fungus. Number 3, algae, singular alga. And number 4, protozoa, singular protozoa. So you must see the plural terms and the singular terms used for these microorganisms. First, you see under bacteria there are 3 images showing 3 different types of occurrence of bacteria. Number 1, bacilli. Number 2, spirilla, and number 3, cocci. These are the different shapes of the bacterial cells. We will learn in detail about them. Like in case of bacilli or bacillus, cells are rectangular rod-shaped cells, whereas in case of spirilla, cells are spiral, but they occur in groups. And the third type, cocci, cells are round and basically they are comma shaped. In the next category, fungus, the first image showing bread mold or rhizopus. Second one, penicillium, which is a beneficial fungus. Medicine penicillin was extracted from penicillium, is still in use. Third one, the image is showing the fungus aspergillus. These are actually part of the fungus, and please remember, these are the microscopic structures. We cannot see them with our naked eyes. These are magnified views. Next category, algae. The first drawing showing a single-celled alga, Chlamydomonas. A single-celled alga, Chlamydomonas, these are green in color. Next, it is showing nostoc filaments. Nostoc, which is a filamentous alga. You can see these are the cells which altogether form the filamental structure of the alga. Each cells which are attached to each other. Next image is showing alga oscillatoria. This is also filamentous alga. Filament, that is thread-like structures, you can say. Last type of microorganism, protozoa. Yes, we are very much familiar with the first one, that is amoeba. Unicellular protozoa. Second, paramecium. Third, euglena. So I guess these pictures are very much clear to you. Let us move to in the chapter. Our next topic is viruses. Viruses are the sub-microscopic organisms that have the characteristics of both the living and non-living things. I repeat, they have the characteristics of both the living and non-living things. Names of viruses are derived from the name of the respective host or from the name of the disease caused. Alongside, there are some magnified views of some viruses. Now in this table you see name of the host or the disease and name of the virus. Number 1, host is cell of tobacco plant. Name of the virus, tobacco mosaic virus, TMV. In short, it is written as TMV, tobacco mosaic virus. It causes a disease in which a mosaic pattern is formed in the leaves of tobacco plant. Next, host is bacteria. Name of the virus, bacteriophage, also known as phage virus. Bacteriophage, also known as phage virus. Third example, it's name of the disease. It's not the host. Name of the disease, measles. Host may be human or any other animals. Name of the virus is measles virus. From the name of the disease, it is measles virus. Last example, name of the disease, foot and mouth disease. Name of the virus, FMDV, that is foot and mouth disease virus. These are the 4 examples. You please write down in your classwork copy whatever taught in the class. Here are some images of viruses. First, influenza virus. Now, RNA is the genetic material in case of influenza virus. This genetic material is the very important part which take part in infecting and reproducing inside the host, and it remain covered with capsid and envelope. These are the protecting covering of the virus genetic material. That's why it's very difficult to kill them. Next is the image showing vaccinia virus. Third one is the structure of bacteriophage. Please try to draw bacteriophage in your CW copy. You can see in the structure of bacteriophage, the genetic material is DNA, and the entire structure may be divided into three parts: head, neck, and the rest of the body, in which there are tail-like structures. So you please draw the structure of bacteriophage in your CW copy. Next figure is showing structure of HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, which causes the disease. Yes, any guess? What is the disease caused by HIV? Yes, you are right, it is AIDS. The next structure, we can see the magnified images of TMV, tobacco mosaic virus. These are the different virus cells. And last one is showing adenovirus. So these are the images showing different types of viruses present in air, which are already existing and causes different diseases in the plant and animal body. So when a virus enters a cell of its host, it multiplies inside and a large number of virus particles are produced by that. Okay, after large number of virus particles are produced, then the host cell bursts and new virus particles enter into the other cells of host. So that is how they infect. Okay, so TMV or tobacco mosaic virus of tobacco plant, influenza virus which infect human and other animals, foot and mouth disease virus which infect the cattle mainly, measles virus infecting human and other animals. So you can see there are different types of viruses, even more than these. Now, so what are the main features of the viruses? Please note down the main features. Point number 1, they inhabit and reproduce only inside the living host body. Plants, animals and human are the living host for them. Outside the living host, they are non-living material. Feature number 2, they obtain their food from the host body only. Number 3, these are the smallest known cells, around 0.015 micrometer to 0.2 micrometer or micron. Okay. They show different types of shapes and they can be seen under both a normal microscope or electron microscope. Here I am showing the structure of bacteriophage infecting bacteria. Okay, so as I told you, please draw down in your note copy, and you can also draw the structures of bacteria and algae, fungi, whatever we have seen in the images right now. Okay, try to draw them down in your CW copy. Different types of microorganisms that we have seen here. Okay, therefore, so under this present pandemic condition which the entire whole world is suffering from, stay safe, stay at home. Thank you. See you in the next class.